long as they can't hear it. All right, that's warming up. Oh yeah, it's getting nice and toasty. Oh, I need to print more foiling friends. While we wait for the friends, we will print our foiling friends. All my foiling friends need to be printed. I don't even know if I can print it from here. It says this printer is not awake. Hello, friends. Hey, Leah, in a minute, will you grab the stuff off the laser printer for me? Okay, hold on. Just printing my foiling friend. If you don't have a foiling friend, it sure does make life easier. I'll be your online foiling friend, but you need a paper foiling friend to help you with your foiling. Okay, I think I printed them. Hopefully I did it correctly because I printed it from my phone. Okay, let's get back to YouTube comments. Oh, there I am. Nailed it. Oh, there's a commercial? How did a commercial get on there? I just started. What the heck? Hey, thanks. There should be... Is this 3 of them? Perfect. Foil press. I think that one's the Glimmer. Okay. Oh, my light screen. Okay. All right, so we're going to be playing with... Oh, turn the volume down. Nobody needs to hear that. My new favorite Glimmer foil plate. Designed by somebody you guys might know. And when you order this from Spellbinders, it doesn't officially launch until March 10th. But if you put it in your wish list, then you can go back to your wish list, log into your Spellbinders account, and you can move it from your wish list to the cart, to add to cart. Now, if you are in Australia, craftycritta.com is the one you want to pre-order it from in Australia. I'm going to put the link down below for you guys here. There you go. Okay, so that's the Spellbinder. So it'll be available on Spellbinders, Spellbinders UK, and Crafty Critta. I'm hoping Scrapbook.com will pick it up, but I don't know yet. Okay, so it's 2 pieces. It's the tools and then the sentiment. So you have the tools and then the sentiment. I've been playing with the tools and showing you guys how it works in the different machines. Obviously, it works well in the Glimmer. I did it in the foil press, although I used the wrong foil. I went back later and I changed my foil to the correct foil. I went to Gemini Papercraft foil. See right here. And you can see that it foiled perfectly once I switched my foil to the lower heat. And I didn't have any warping in my plate. So, yeah. Okay. Hello, Belinda. All right. So I wanted to do it in the Go Press and Foil today. It's warming up. If you don't have a foiling friend, I will link this in the description for you guys too. This was made... by Tracy Fear. Oh, I guess Abraham helped her. I didn't realize he his name was on here. But there is one for the Go Press and Foil, there is one for the Glimmer, and there is one for the foil press. And all you do is just print this out on your printer and you cut it out. You can download it from Etsy. It's only a few dollars. And what it does is it helps you line up your foiling. And I did originally print it on some heat-safe acetate, and then it just got all tore up anyway. So I just continue to print it on paper, use it for a few batches, and then when the paper starts to get tore up, then I just go print another one. So once you own the file, you can print it as many times as you want. Okay, but what it does is it gives us a centering area to put our hot foil plate on. So hopefully we don't foil crooked. I always use shims with this machine. Okay, so once you cut it out, where's my little tweezers so I don't burn myself on camera? Should tape it on there, and then this gives you a guideline on where your papers should go. I didn't cut this print this the right size. If you see this, it's because I printed from my phone, but your printer, you want to make sure you uncheck where it says print to 100% or fit to page or whatever those settings are, and this will print all the way out. But I have the general idea of where my paper should go, so we'll be okay with this. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of washi tape on here. How's everybody doing? 5 more days till I leave for vacation. Hello, Debbie, her first time live. Hi, Star. Oh, Tracy just got home from church. So my mom had her surgery. They let her come home yesterday. She seems to be recuperating well. I went to the Asian market and got her I cooked a Korean food dinner for her, so I think she was surprised, but she ate it all, so that's good. So she seems to be healing up nicely from her back surgery. Now they think she might need hip surgery. That's something we'll talk about later. I'm trying to put that off. But yeah, I got 2 more days of work. Leah has 2 more days of school. Hi, Cheryl. Yep, I'm live, honey. And then we go on vacation with my best friend and her family, so we're looking forward to it. Okay, so what I've done here is I printed out the foiling friend for this machine, and again, you can get it for the Gemini Go Press and Foil, the Glimmer, and for the Go Press and Foil, which is what I'm using tonight. And I'm going to put my plate on there, and the idea is that when I do my foiling, I have some paper left over from my last foiling adventure, that I can line this paper up, and my tools will be pretty much centered, right? So that's the idea. So we're just going to set that aside, let that warm up a while, and we'll come back to it in a moment. I also wanted to show you guys some Happy Mail because I've been piling up on Happy Mail and haven't been able to share it with you guys. Hello, Michelle. Michelle, you should have my package that I sent you in 2 days. So I got a little box here of goodies. Look at this gorgeous card. And this is heat embossed. That is the, I believe that's the Waffle Flower. Is it Waffle Flower or Pink Fresh Studio? I have this plate. It's either Waffle Flower or Pink Stuff Studio. It's a cover plate. I have that. And this is from Abraham. And he heat embossed this flower. It's all popped up beautiful. And he sent a little note just saying that he's been busy with work. I know, how dare real life get in the way. But he made Leah and I these bracelets. Leah took them. So he said, give them away, share with the FSC. So maybe we will do that. Oh, you want to model yours? Leah's modeling hers. So Abraham is truly talented. Oh, this one's pretty. I think this is the one that was mine. No, it's mine. You cannot have everything. Oh, here's your card. Did you open your card? There's another bracelet here. It was underneath.
Thank you.
Look at this. Oh, that is pretty. Maybe I'll take that. Can you put this on me, Leah? Maybe I'll take this on vacation. It'll match everything. Who doesn't love rainbows? We love rainbows. I can't clasp this. I'm a one-handed person. Leah. All right, but I wanted to show you guys those. So thank you, Abraham. We received them and we love them. We're just going to pull cards out here and share with you guys. Abraham is super talented, yes. Oh, Helen from Australia. Yay! This one is from, I think, Michelle. Yep, this is Michelle in California. Look at that. It's like a shimmery pearl paper, and then she put some glitter paper behind there. Pretty. There is a sticky dot thing came out. Get that out of there. Love it. Simple, pretty, mini, slim line. Love it. Hello, Scott. We got all the Australians on with us. Isn't it like super early for you guys? This is a Valentine's card I got from Susan, and postage. Love postage. Thank you, Susan. Definitely going to be able to use those. Wonderful, wonderful. I don't know who makes this, but I love it. Looks like a matching set of dies for the frame and for the letters. And she put a lot of bling bling sparkle on there. Thank you, Susan. I think Tracy made these and sent them to Leah. These were during Stamp Wars. Love them. I love everything. Oh, it's 9 a.m. there. Okay. Oh, I got Helen, Michelle, and Scott. Those are all my Australian friends. Look at that. T made this one, and this is the Dare to Be Artsy background. And you guys, this is not on colored cardstock. She hot foiled the thank you and the stars. The thank you is the Pink Fresh Studio I've been showing you guys. The stars are Dare to Be Artsy. This is ink blended paper. She used, I think, the Crafty Critta paper, and she ink blended it. I thought it was colored paper when I saw it. Isn't it beautiful? Yes, so that's that. I mean, I'm pretty sure it feels like the Crafty Critta paper to me. We have another one here. I'm so loved. I love this one too. This is from Renee. And it's just simple die cut colored. Just on pattern paper. Thinking about you, Renee. This one I think is from Tracy. Yep. This is the Hero Arts, not Hero Arts, oh my gosh. Spellbinders Glimmer of a Month kit. And it came with several different hearts. Happy Valentine's Day. Fabulous job. All right, what else do we have? Oh, Marguerite sent me an embossing folder. I did put that in the giveaway pile. So Marguerite, I did get that. This is from Sonia. And Sonia, oh my gosh, Sonia, I just sent you a get well card, honey. Sonia was in the hospital, got home, out of the hospital, and then slipped and fell. And I think she said she broke her femur. So Sonia, if you're watching, we are wishing you well. And she sent me original Christmas card, got stolen by the mailman, lost in the mail. So she recreated it. This is the beautiful layering stencils from the Ton. And speaking of the Ton, at the end of March, Tracy and I are going to be at the Allentown Stamp Show. It's Allentown, Pennsylvania. We're about an hour and a half from Harrisburg, an hour and a half from Philadelphia, an hour and a half from New York City. So if you have not been to a stamp show, the Allentown Rubber Stamp Show is a great show. And the Ton will be there, who's Effie, and Tracy and I will be there. So love, love, love this stencil set. Great. Here's another one. This is from Delina. And it's House Mouse. So in case you didn't know, House Mouse Stampendous Company was going to go out of business. I guess they were going to retire, but they got bought out by Spellbinders. So if you love House Mouse, you can now get these from Spellbinders. Hi, Jim. I only have a couple of more here. Oh, Leah, this goes in your charm necklace. So, in case you guys didn't know, I am retiring from Stampin' Up. This is from my upline. And I just celebrated 5 years with Stampin' Up. And they just sent me a pin. And they sent me this little jewel, which goes in a little charm necklace that we have. So, it's the number 5. But I'm no longer selling Stampin' Up. So if you are interested in Stampin' Up, we recommend Barbara Drake. She's my downline. She will be happy to help you out with your Stampin' Up orders. Here is another one from Tracy Fear T. Oh, so beautiful. I might copy some of this idea here. I love this. Very vintage looking. Happy Galentine's, she says. You guys, I totally forgot about Valentine's. I have so much stuff happening. 96 degrees there. Oh my gosh. Here's another House Mouse, also from Delina. Beautiful. Great coloring. We have some hot foil here, or toner foiling, and I believe, yep, this is from Sheila. Sheila, beautiful job. Sheila just started doing toner foiling. Here's one she did, and she did hot foiling. This is a Spellbinders plate. This was on sale. If you guys missed it, it was 40% off last week during the Spellbinders sale. So you always want to watch when I post those Spellbinders sale, because this is a wonderful plate, and it was 40% off last week. Okay. I think this one is from Mrs. Crafty Critta. So Scott, tell Mrs. Crafty Critta another beautiful card with a, this is interesting, wood grain paper in the back. I think that's Tim Holtz wood grain paper in the back. And then she took a cover plate, and instead of cutting it all the way through, she embossed it. Beautiful. And then we have a little hot foil ring there. And then I think this might be the Pink Fresh Studios. I could be wrong, but they have the washi tape that you can washi tape and cut out. I could be wrong, but Mrs. Crafty Critta always makes the most beautiful cards. Here's another one she made. And of course, that is the slimline foil art from Crafty Critta. Look at her coloring. Mrs. Crafty Critta is super talented. She is amazing. Love it. And then last one here is another one from Sonia. I think this one might be just a card to say hi. And it says, miss you. And she says, the die is from Sizzix's Thinlits Jigsaw Puzzle. So this is just an extra one she did, I think, for the card swaps. Okay, that is all the happy mail I needed to share with you guys. I didn't want to leave them here and then forget about them when we were on vacation. So thank you for letting me share that. All right, let's do some hot foiling. Carol, pretty much any hot foil. It's pretty much hot foil. You'd have to test out what you have in your stash. Okay, so here I have the Go Press and foil, and it's pretty hot. It's been sitting here for a while. Okay, and I have my foiling friend there. And the foiling friend is really great with helping us line up. So now when I put this paper here, I know this will be on there. Now, I haven't done the last couple batches with the sentiment, but I want to show you guys the sentiment. So we'll do that at the same time. So the sentiment says nailed it, and you can foil this plate with or without it. And I'm going to put it, see how that lines up perfectly on the foiling friend, so it'll be straight. And I guess since I have a guest of honor, I'm going to use I was going to use it anyway. Some Crafty Critter hot foil. Because they have like 30 some colors now, you guys. Hold on, I got too many things on my way here. All right. Let's do Savannah Copper. So we use the Go Press and Foil just like we use the Glimmer, just like we use the foil press. Have I told you guys numerous times how much I love the size of these rolls? So just to show you, where's that other roll? I'll show you the comparison here. Shiny side always goes down. The detailed side of the hot foil plate goes up. The shiny side goes down. Okay, and you want to kind of have an idea, eyeball, where this is supposed to go, which is right about here. Okay, and then I always start with 2 shims. That's just heavy cardstock. And we're going to let that, it'll turn green when it's ready to go. So we're going to let that go for a second. But let me show you the difference between Crafty Critta's hot foil rolls and the other hot foil rolls that are out there. Okay. It's a pressure foil. So you just have to try what you have. Some foils move at the pressure instead of, you'll just have to try it. That's all I can say. It does not heat up. Not like the foil quill does. No, it's okay, Tracy. I'm good. So this is the Crafty Critter roll, and this is the Gemini foil press roll, which is pretty standard with what other hot foil companies offer. But I just want you guys to see, you get like an extra 1.5 inches from Crafty Critter. It's 1 inch. For us US folks, it's 1 inch. For you European people, it's an extra 3 centimeters, okay? So what does that mean? That means normally when I go to foil with this plate, okay, there's the plate, I can't go like this because it's going to be too short. See that? See how one of my tools gets cut off? It's too short, right? It's like putting the wrong size sheets on the bed. So I have to go long ways, which means I'm using extra foil. But if I use the Crafty Critter hot foil, it is the perfect width. So I'm actually only using about 3 inches of foil. I'm using less foil because their foil rolls are longer. So thank you, Scott, for making longer foil rolls. Don't ever change that, please. All right, so we have their new color here, which is Savannah Copper. Once my machine heats up, I'm going to unplug and plug it back in. Once it heats back up, there we go, it'll turn green, and then we will run it through our platinum machine. So the difference between the 3 foiling machines is the Gemini foil press only works in the Gemini or the Gemini Junior. Preferably you want to use the Gemini Junior. The Glimmer and the Go Press and Foil are very similar. I would call them cousins. And they work in the Big Shot, Big Kick, Sizzix, all of those machines. So it just depends on where you live, on which one you can find. This one's been around a lot longer. You can buy a replacement top plastic piece, and it has the hinges on it. The only thing I struggle with this machine is you really have to understand how to use shims on this machine. And it's different every time. It changes with foil, it changes with hot foil plates. With the Glimmer, I have to hinge method it, so I use the tape to hold the plates on the Glimmer. Neither one of these machines warps like the foil press, and that's my biggest issue with the foil press is, you know, you got to use it with the Gemini or Gemini Junior. That's fine, but I hate that the platforms warp. So now my light's green. It's telling me, hey, I'm hot enough to go to work. And I do have 2 heavy paper shims in there. And if you guys want to order from Crafty Critta, they have a pre-order going for my release. And you have a discount if you want to order any of their foils, whether it's toner foils or hot foils or their paper. The discount is FSC05. Okay, so I just did one pass with 2 shims. We'll see how this does. Sometimes I got to add a 3rd shim. Oh, that's going to look cool. I already know it. And you want to let it cool down. I'm going to plug this back in so it stays warm. The secret is to keep it hot. I got a little underfoiling there. Same spot I got the underfoiling the other day too. All right, so I'm going to go and add a 3rd shim. Ta-da! See how I was prepared for that? That's okay. We're going to do it again. Still looks good though. I'm not complaining. Oh my gosh, Scott, these new foils look great with my tools. All right, we're going to try that again, but I added a 3rd shim. Yeah, it was a cold, rainy day here today, too. I saw a little bit of snow when I went to work. They say tomorrow's weather is supposed to be 70 degrees, so it is preparing me for that Florida sunshine. I am stoked. Leah, are you excited to go on vacation? What are you most excited about? Swimming with manatees? What if one of them tries to eat me? Why won't it? Why won't it? What if a manatee tries to eat your mama? All right, so we're going to do that again. I'm just going to let that sit on there just for a moment. Yeah, it's crazy. If you did not buy your tickets for StamperCon, which is the Allentown Stamp Show, it's $6 for both days. So there's really no reason for you not to come and see us. Let's do bronze next. Scott, I'm glad you're here. Someone had a question that I could not answer, and I thought, you know what, next time I see you, I would ask you. Some of these foils have an opaque white background, and some of these foils don't. Well, these do. What does that mean? Is there a difference in temperature with those? Is it just different manufacturers? I said I did not know. I never really noticed that before. Or I just didn't pay attention to it, I guess. So, like, see, this is very white and opaque. I mean, this is pretty much the same coating. The color of the foil is coming through. But it doesn't have that plain foil background like other foils do. So, I figured it's just a difference in manufacturers. But maybe you have a technical answer. I do like that this is hinged and I don't have to worry about anything jiggling around. Like I said, the biggest thing you have to learn with this is to shim it. You have to know how many shims to use for your hot foil plate and for your die cutting machine. But it does work with the Sizzix, the Big Shot, the Switch, the Vagabond, the Platinum. It works with all of those. And I think this is easier to find. This machine is easier to find in Europe. And it's really a very good price point. I think this is normally around $100 to $120. Okay, so just different manufacturers. All right. Okay, so now I've done 3 shims. Let's see how my saw does. We're going to let that cool down. I brought in the bronze foil now. And I'm using regular Hammer Mill 100-pound here. It was already cut up because I had it cut up for a card, pre-made cards. And I've got 3 100-pound shims. These are all 100-pound, basically card base paper. 3 shims that I'm using on mine. So you'll have to try, depending on your base paper weight, depending on your hot foil plate, depending on your foil, that might change for you. You might need more shims, you might need less shims. That's why there are different temperatures and times needed. The adhesive varies. Okay, so let's see here. 3 shims seems to work pretty well. Am I blinding you? I'm blinding you, aren't I? Ka-chow, right? What's Lightning McQueen? Ka-chow! He would blind you with his car. I'm ka-chow blinding you with my nailed it glimmer plate. Now right here I got a little overfoiling. Magic eraser to the rescue. Boom, it's gone. Boom, it's gone. Look at that. Look at that. Fabulous. Okay, so we've got a couple in the orange, and I saved these for later. And then we got one in bronze. Let's go. Where'd that pretty purple go? Oh, right in front of me. As my father would say, if I had teeth, Nancy, it would have fit you. Yes, Dad, it would have. This is the lovely lilac. Always keep your hot foils stored in their bags. You don't want to mix up your hot foils and your toner foils. You want to keep them separate. These hot foils can be used in, again, any of those machines. The Gemini foil press, you might want to use start with low, but you might have to work up to medium or high. Glimmer, Go Press and Foil, and you can use this with your foil quill, for those of you that do that. Melody says that's her favorite new foil color. Ooh. Tracy's is lilac. Yes, anything purple is Tracy's favorite. Tracy said manatees are vegetarian. Yes, they're sea cows. That's what Xavier said. I'm just going to keep doing assembly line here. And I'm making all of these cards, you guys, so that I have basically card bases ready so I can make thank you cards, birthday cards, whatever cards I need to make, because I already have all my panels ready. And then I can tell all my friends, that's my foiling plate. Of course, my non-crafty friends don't get it, but you guys get it, and that's all that matters. My non-crafty friends are like, oh, okay, that's cool. So, like, did you, like, make that with your computer or something? And I'm like, no! Never mind. You don't appreciate my craftiness. Okay. All right. Let's reveal the bronze. Oh, I'm so excited for you and me. Uh-oh. Okay, see the bronze? It didn't transfer. I probably need to leave that on longer. So this is what he meant by different manufacturers require different heat settings. So I'll have to try that one again. we'll have to do that one again. It probably needs to have more heat on that one, or longer timing on that. We know the pressure's good, but we probably need more heat on that one, so we will try that one again. Yeah, did you make it on your computer? No, I did not. And then what I do is when I find one like that, I take my marker and I mark it. High heat. So that's just my indication to myself to leave it on longer. It needs a higher heat point before it releases. And that's not uncommon. You see that in other manufacturers too with other colors. Some foils are the other way around. Some foils, they transfer right away and you gotta take them off the heat sooner. Okay, where is the end of the roll? It's like tape. I don't see it. My old eyes are deceiving me. Hey, Leah, come help your mommy. I think it's here. There it is. That was like the hardest thing I had to do all day today. Okay. We will try bronze again. Now I'm noticing that this Loganberry, or sorry, this is the Lovely Lilac, is also that kind of same color. It's kind of a tannish opaque background. See how they're similar? So that might need extra heat too. Okay, so we are doing Loganberry Pink is in there now. So let's see how that one does. It's definitely been on there long enough and hot enough. So let's try it. I know Scott's probably yelling at me and saying, get the Crafty Critta paper out, then you wouldn't have that problem. I know, you're probably right. But I already had this paper cut out, so. You know what? That could have been Nina paper now that I think about it. It's hard to tell. That was probably my mistake. You can see it's two different colors too. This might have been Nina. Whoopsie, my bad, my bad. I won't make that mistake again. I will cut out the Crafty Critta paper. Did I already run this through once? Well, I'm gonna run it through again. I've had a long day, you guys. I don't even remember what I've done. Okay. Now see, this one had a white background. We're gonna let it cool. I definitely ran that through more than once. All right. So before I go back to Lovely Lilac, see, Lovely Lilac and the bronze have that same kind of, almost like a caramel color backing. I am going to cut out the Crafty Critta paper. I'm going to do it. I don't want to get yelled at. Well, you know, there's some manly men in our lives and they don't want foo-foo glitter cards. Okay, so this is the coveted 250 GSM Crafty Critta paper, which I do keep in this box. And if my children even think of breathing on this paper, they will die. So it is in a box, it is in a special place, and no one's allowed to touch it. Okay, so I'm going to just slide this over here. I don't want to close that because I don't want it to stick to my foil. I'm going to cut it down. Probably could go to 2 shims instead of 3 shims because this paper is pretty thick. So if you're struggling with your hot foil, you know, it could be your shims. It could be the plate, the foiling plate you're using, because not all foil plates are created equal. I've done testing and showed you guys that. It could be your paper. It could be your heat setting, right? So don't give up when something like that happens. Try to troubleshoot it, right? So now I know I've got my Magic Crafty Critta paper on there with that foil. So I'm going to leave this on for a while. I'm still going to stick with 3 shims. And we're just going to let that bad boy heat up for a while before we reveal it. And here is the Loganberry Pink. Okay, so Helen said the same thing. She goes longer heat and extra shim on the bronze. So you just make a note when you come across that. That's pretty. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay, and that it feels like hammer mill paper to me. I think I really did use the wrong paper. I really do, because this just feels, I don't know, it just feels, I think it was Nina, and I was using Nina for making cards the other day. So it just feels different. Okay, but we got the right foil on there now. And we already have another piece of bronze. We've got Lovely Lilac. We've got Loganberry. We've done bronze. Let's pick another one. How about Barely Blue? This seems to be a crowd pleaser. My little guy hears my sister call her husband Babe, so now he thinks his name and calls him Babe too. Aww! That's so cute. Can you use a Glimmer machine from the USA and Australia? So, Cheryl, the answer is no, but they do sell a global version. I don't even know if you can get the Glimmer in Australia. I was told you can't get the Glimmer in Australia. You have to use the foil press or the Go Press and Foil. But they do sell a global version. So that tells me it's different voltages. Okay, I think this is the, which one is this one? This one is the Lovely Lilac you guys are waiting on. And you'll notice I'm taking my time as I push this through. You don't want to rush it. I can go back and forth on this one because it really doesn't jump because the hinged lid keeps everything in place. So I'm not worried about it jumping like on the Glimmer or the foil press. And this is all you do is you just sit down. Thank you, Harpreet. You just sit down and you just make a whole bunch. And then you make some card bases. You put your sentiments on. You always want to let it cool down before you reveal it. I am going to remove my Nailed It sentiment because I want to use some of my stamped sentiments. And we're going to go back. Let's go back to bronze. I don't want to forget about bronze. And Crafty Critta paper. If you have not tried the Crafty Critta paper, you are missing out. That is one of my secrets to success here. And I don't even know why I started without it, because I always know it's never going to let me down. It's never going to let me down. Okay, so this one is Lovely Lilac. And these are all hot foils from Crafty Critta. And again, the discount code is FSC05. And I'm using my new Glimmer plate from Spellbinders. Okay. Little under on that one too. Same thing, I think. I got to add a longer time. Now I used the right paper on that one, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run them through twice. So let me show you what I mean by that. So on this particular machine, it's going to blink red as it's warming up, and then it's going to turn green when it's ready. See, it's ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now disconnect this. It's going to stay green, and I'm going to plug it in again. And what it will do is it will go back to red and then back to green. So I'm going to give it 2 cycles of heating up. So we're going to give that just a second to let it know that it needs to reset. So we'll let that run through another cycle. And the other thing I'm going to do is what Helen said, is I'm going to add another shim. So we're going to go 4 shims, so we have extra pressure and extra heat. And I need to make sure that I make a note on that one too. That was the lovely lilac. So you just want to experiment and always make notes. Crafty Critta is not the only company that has hot foils, and there's a lot of hot foils that I have issues with, so you want to make a note like that. High heat. And I'm going to cut an extra shim here, so we'll have 4 shims when we run it through with those. And we'll see if that works like Helen said. Hi, Chow. Yeah, I think somebody else in Australia told me they couldn't get the Glimmer, that you have to get the foil press or the Go Press and Foil. And that's why I wanted to... I want to play with these machines so that you guys can see the differences when you use it with different machines and help you troubleshoot. The foil press and I used to be like this, right? The foil press and I used to be very, very good friends. And then it kept warping and my plates came out yucky. Where's the ones I did the other night? Oh, right here. So these are the ones I did the other night on the foil press. And they didn't work because it was warping and it was always in the same spot and it drove me crazy. And this was using Crafty Critta foil. So, not Crafty Critta, sorry, Bluebonnet foil. So what I had to do was actually take everything, let it cool down, and add in, and then I went to paper craft foil from Gemini, and they foiled perfectly. I didn't film this part, of course, no, I filmed the part where I screwed up. But it worked perfectly. So you have to learn your machines. You have to learn what kind of shims to use. And tonight I'm learning that, okay, some of these foils require a little extra heat and a little extra shimming, which is fine, right? This is how we learn. This is how we get better. And I don't mind showing you guys my mistakes, because if it happens, you need to know how to fix it. I don't want you to get frustrated and walk away and say, I'm never doing foiling again. I cannot tell you how many people jump into foiling and say, oh, you make it look so easy. I want to get into foiling. And then they get results like this and they quit. And then they say, I'm selling my machine because it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work. It's terrible. Well, you don't get from this to this, to this without practice. You have to practice. You have to know how to shim, and you can't give up. You cannot give up, you guys. You got to keep practicing it. Yeah, Lisa, so I did do that on one of them. I don't have it in front of me. I actually used the glue pen. So I've got those 2 shims. I'm going to take the 2 crusty ones out and use 2 fresh. Actually, no, I need 4 shims, right? So I'm going to do a fresh shim on the bottom, a fresh shim in the middle, do number 3 and number 4. Okay, so I have 4 shims. We've definitely let it heat up long enough now. Let's see how it works. Every machine is different, not just the hot foiling machine, but also your die cutting machine. A lot of people have super strong Gemini machines. You guys, some of you have the new switch. Chow has a new switch, and she's struggling with overfoiling on a lot of her plates. And she's like, you know, I can't get this plate to work. Her new switch is just too strong. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind too. It just takes practice. Please don't get frustrated and give up. If we give up, we'll never learn how to get this done right. And you can see, I probably do more foiling than most people do, and I still have issues. And I just have to compensate for it and learn. This is the Barely Blue. See, Cheryl says she has a switch and it's the opposite. She has to add shims. So yeah, every machine, even the plates, even the same manufacturer will have different plates. The design in the plates. Okay, so let's see how this is the bronze. And I did 4 shims. We did lots of heat. And we are now at Crafty Critta paper. And I still have undered. So I might have to figure out something else with this one. I'll have to work on that one. Might have to use that one with a higher heat machine. Like maybe have to go with the Glimmer or the foil press on that one. All right, let's try this one. This one is Barely Blue, I believe, right? It does look distressed. You know, I was just thinking that, Michelle. As soon as you typed it out, I was like, maybe it's too hot. Because that often happens. As soon as you typed it out, I was like, I bet it's too hot. It might be the opposite sometimes. It's not that it's not hot enough. It's too hot. Ooh, that feels too hot. Hi, Jeanette. Yes, cold here too. Such a pretty color. Okay. Now see, here's what we mean by the opposite. This foil wanted to transfer right away. Look at it. It was like, give me that paper. So this one, I don't need as high heat. Oh my God, the shine on that is fabulous. So in this one, we could have did a little less pressure, a little less heat. Let's go back to just 2 shims on this one. Now this one has that white backing, so maybe this is a lower heat transfer. Just 2 shims on that Barely Blue. We'll figure it out. We'll crack the code. We always do, you guys. I don't give up. That is gorgeous. A lot of overfoiling though. See, we had the opposite problem on that one. Need to cut more of my special paper. That's what I'm thinking, Jim. Put that through the scan and cut and have all those extra pieces cut out, and then I won't have all that overfoiling on the edges. Yep. Hey, Leah? My child abandoned me. Can you turn the heat off? It's kind of hot down here now. Aren't you supposed to be studying for a test, Missy? We know these work because we used them in the glimmer on the tulips. So I think it could be, like Michelle says, this might be too hot. We might have to cool it down. Ooh, I cut that one too short. Stupid hammer. All right, hold on. I cut it too short. Let me go back to this one. I'm trying another trick here, but I don't want to tell you what the secret is until after I do it. So let's just cross our fingers here. I have not, Jeanette. That's a great idea. Okay, so this is Barely Blue, just 2 shims on the Crafty Critta paper. My little under there on my, you know what? I'm going to fix this once and for all. Let me show you how I'm going to fix this. So do you guys remember back in the day, there was a machine called a quick cuts machine? I'm really showing my scrapbooking age now. I'm waiting to see how many people answer me. Because the issue I have had, whether I use the Glimmer, the foil press, or the Go Press and Foil, Yvette got her stamps and dies today, is the solid. Everybody else looks perfect. Like this is all foiled immaculate. Looks great, right? But these are the ones I did yesterday. See? Same place was in the saw. So there was a machine we had, I'm going to say 20 years ago, called a quick cuts machine. And a quick cuts machine, I probably still have it here somewhere. It was a little die cutting machine, and you put your dies, like just imagine it was a pressurized handle, and it had magnets, and you put your dies in there and you pressed on it. It was a handheld die cutting machine, okay? It was a little quick cuts machine. Okay, Debbie knows what I'm talking about. Debbie, do you remember what we used to do if it didn't cut through on certain dies? There just wasn't enough pressure if it didn't cut through on certain dies, because that's what I feel like I'm having here with this particular foil plate. I don't really want to open this one, but I'm going to open this one. Because I am using that one that I'm using is the prototype. So here's a brand new one out of the package that I swore I wasn't going to open, but we're going to open it. Okay. And I'm going to see if we have the same issue with this one. Maybe history will be able to help us here. Exactly. We put a plastic shim on the foam. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to make my own little shim underneath that saw. And we're going to see if that helps us or not. I also have another hot foil plate here, so we'll try the other hot foil plate. Let me let this cool down. Let's take this one off. Let's put this one on. We might get the same results, we might get different results. Let's cut some more Crafty Critta paper. We're going to let that cool down a little bit. Hi, Karen. How are you feeling? How's your husband? So my Go Press and Foil is not plugged in. I'm letting it cool down a little bit. Okay. And this is the prototype one. And I'm going to take a piece of tape. That's it. Tape. Okay. Because tape will give us a little bit extra depth. I can't find my tape. Is packing tape on the desk there, Leah? Can you look? Leah? Child? All right. This might be too thick, but it's all I have in front of me right now. I'm going to win this battle of the low spot foiling. That's all I'm going to do. Right there, right where the saw is, where I have that low spot, I am putting some, this is Gorilla Tape, but I would suggest starting with some Scotch tape, packing tape, okay? So we're going to see if that works. We're going to keep this piece in case we got to use it for the other one. But this is what we did back in the day when dies didn't cut through. We put a little piece of tape on the back of the die. Okay, I'm going to plug this back in. Do we have paper and foil in here? Okay, so this is the new plate. New foil, new paper. Okay, I'm gonna let that one go to green. Let's see if this works. I tried a little trick on this one. Little bit better on the outside ones. I'm gonna see, let's see if I can line this up. At this point, I have nothing to lose. I may not be 100% lined up here, but heat resistance tape was probably a better idea, Helen. Why didn't I think of that? I got the smartest people on my team. Seriously, I should have thought of that. Like I said, that may not be perfect, but it's probably close enough. Okay. Now this one I did not put tape on. So this one is just Barely Blue foil, Crafty Critter paper, and 2 shims. No tape on my hot foil plate. We'll see if it makes a difference or not. Maybe I have a bad prototype. That happens sometimes. Cool down, Nance. Don't be impatient. I'm going to take this one off. We're going to put this one. This is the one with the tape. We're going to put that back on there. Same kind of issue right there. We're going to put tape on this one too. Ta-da! Watch it overfoil now when I go to use it in the foil press or the Glimmer. Sometimes we gotta be a little bit creative. And I have the Glimmer here, and I'm about to use that and see how we do with the Glimmer since it's sitting here. There's an air bubble in here. Well, could be, Jeanette, but I was using the foil press yesterday, and I was using the Glimmer, and I didn't have any issues with that. Could be my Go Press and foil. Could be a number of things. It could be anything, but that's why we try to troubleshoot this all together. And you guys can see, hey, Nancy's not perfect. She makes mistakes all the time. All right, let's see if the tape helps with the Go Press and foil. But I think we're gonna stop with the Go Press and we're gonna go to the Glimmer. Hi, Karen. Oh, I forgot I taped it together. I'm like, why is it not coming off? Because you taped it, Nance. Duh. Jeez, you guys. Okay. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to switch to the Glimmer. I'm going to see what kind of results we get with the Glimmer. I know that's not an option for a lot of people, but I just want to see if it's the machine. Is it me? I need to fix it. Okay, so I'll let that heat up. Okay, I know this is my prototype because I have the original sticker label on there. Oh, where's my new foiling friend? Did you download your foiling friend yet? This really does help out. Hello, Bren. If you're just joining me, I am playing with my new Glimmer Nailed It plate. And I was doing fine. And then it started skipping. Could be because my machine got too hot. Could be because I was using the wrong paper. Could be because the foiling temperature on the foil colors I'm using are a little different. So now I put a little piece of tape on the back of the part that was skipping. I'll show you here. Right here on the saw. I put a little piece of tape on the back there. So now I'm going to try it in my Glimmer. But before we do that, we're going to add our foiling friend. See how it's a little short? That's because my printer settings were not set up properly. So you want to make sure your printer settings are set up so that it doesn't, so it prints 100%. Like it doesn't, you know when you go to print and it says scale to size, stuff like that. You don't want it to do that. And it'll go full edge to edge if you have the right printer settings. But I was printing from my phone, so I didn't check all of that. So that's my fault. But the basic concept, the square where I want it, I'm going to put this right here. And we're going to let this already starting to get hot. So we're going to let that warm up. This machine takes 5 minutes or so to warm up. Okay, I tried to be smart here. Smarter. And use Yupo paper. And then I realigned it. And I put that piece of tape under there. And it didn't seem to make that much of a difference. So it actually came out to be about the same. And you cannot refoil on the back of this, and I'll tell you how I know. Because when you refoil on the back of it, and it's already been letter pressed, this paper has already been letter pressed in the back because of us putting it through a die cutting machine. So you can see all of this raised area. If you try to foil on the back of this, it will not foil correctly because this paper has now been compromised. So, you know, some of these worked great, and for reference, I'm not going to throw any of these away because Cheryl says no, Cheryl, don't give up. So this is the only one that I had an issue with. The rest of these worked fine. So I will take these to my scan and cut, and I will cut the rest of these out, and I'll just leave the saw. I can still use these. This one I won't because I double foiled on that. So the rest of these, and some of these are from the foil press the other night. These are all from the foil press. So even when I was using another machine and another manufacturer's of foil, I had the same issue. Now this one I remember there was a scratch in the foil. But I kind of had the same issue. This was the first one I did, so I knew the machine wasn't hot enough. So you just want to make sure that you try this out. On that note, I had some that came out okay. Now this bronze one seems to be the one that doesn't want to work for me today, but I'm not going to give up on it. And I had some that worked out okay. And Lisa asked, well, how do you fix that? How do you use that then? So these are all usable. These are okay. Well, those are overfoiled. Not this one. Not this one. Yeah. So let me show you how I fix that. So this one has a little bit of underfoiling, not enough to worry about that. And I just use a quickie glue pen. And all I'm going to do with the quickie glue pen is I'm just going to just dab in and fill in where it's missing, right? If you want to just smooth that out, we want kind of a tacky layer. This dries fairly quickly. Okay, once that dries, we will fix that. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll cover up. The other thing is sentiments, sentiments, sentiments. Use your sentiments to cover it up. All right. So we're going to try, now that I've taped that, and we know this one pretty much was the same issue. I'm going to put this one back. I don't really like taking this one out of the packaging because this is my first baby.
Do you have watercolor paper?
That is watercolor paper.
It's all out.
You use the whole thing? Use the back. That's going to cost you extra. Pam is listening on her way home. Nurse Pam. Pam, you know, I never did ask you, how many of those kittens did you keep from the ones that you rescued 2 years ago? Okay, so Michelle said she tried the bronze on her Gemini, low heat 20 seconds. Okay, so maybe we have the opposite problem here. Maybe Nancy's going too hot. So here is the lovely lilac. Maybe we got to make a note that this is low, not high. Thank you, Michelle. And I don't normally need to shim my Gemini. I mean my Glimmer. I do need to make sure everything stays in place though. See, I love when you guys craft along with me and help me and give me suggestions. This is what I look for. Okay, so this glue should now be kind of tacky to the touch. So I'm going to bring in my waste foil and I'm just going to use like a corner. And you're just going to dab that on there. And when you pull it off, see how the foil came off? Do you see that? So it's going to fill in any areas that did not foil. Now the thicker you have the glue, the more that will show through, but you can fill that in. Okay, let's try to add a little more there. You just want to let that dry. Oh, she said none, use your words to cover the foil. Oops, that's right, use your words. Use your sequins and sentiments and all the fun things that we have to cover up our boo-boos. Don't throw your foil press away, or your Go Press and foil, sorry. Well, that's what, you know, Ding has a good idea. You know, if you watch T's videos, she's not afraid of color. That's what she did, is she went and she rusted up all her tools, and they look amazing. In fact, one card that I made here, I wasn't so sure about it. This was Spellbinder's bronze. Same problem, Spellbinder's bronze, right? And Leah said, Mom, it kind of looks cool that way because it's on the dark brown paper and it just looks grungy. So you can leave it that way. It's up to you. Not something Nancy likes to do, but in this case, this is a very forgiving set. Okay, let's see here. You guys, look at that. Actually, the handle came out a little under, but look at, my saw blade is perfect. That's using the Glimmer. And I use the same lovely lilac. So I think Michelle is right. I think it's the opposite problem. Instead of going higher heat, I think I need to go lower heat. By God, I think you've got it. Okay, now that is filled in. You'll see it because, again, it's not going to be perfect, but now it's filled in. There's no white spots there. So that's how you fix those boo-boos. And it's just from dragging that glue. You can see where that foil released. That glue took that foil. See that? And it stuck it right there. That's how you fix it. Leah, please take your grandmother some water and a Coke. She's thirsty. She just sent me a text. All right, Chow's back. We're trying the bronze again. I'm back to the trusty Crafty Critter paper. We went to the Glimmer. No shims needed. Did you turn the heat off? Can you turn the heat off? It's really hot down here. I mean, it could be because I'm sitting in front of a 240-degree machine, but I'm hot. Okay. Let's see here. You know what? Miss Michelle was right. Look at that. Because I went to the new machine and it wasn't as hot. I've been playing with the Go Press and foil for an hour and I just turned this on and look how perfect that is. The same bronze foil that I was struggling with, that is 100% perfect. So I think she's right. I think my machine was too hot and it was just getting too much heat and not sticking. So I got to change my note because it's not that it needs to be high heat. It needs to be lower. Low. Low, low, low. See how amazing you guys are? Look at that. Perfect. Just from switching to a machine that hasn't been running for an hour. Lisa said, I want to share recently took my sister and son to the movies. I spent $40. I have decided that I thoroughly enjoy your lives more, so I will spend more of my money here instead. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. I think I'm more entertaining than movies sometimes. Yeah, Helen. So I would say if you are using the Go Press and foil, any of the foils that kind of have this caramel backing, you should probably do your foiling with those first before your machine gets too hot. And make sure you're using Crafty Critter paper versus some of the other foils. Like this foil just has regular backing. Oh, that's what's in there now. See, that's just regular backing. This is what we're used to seeing. But any of these that kind of have this caramel color background, some of them have the white. That also transferred at a lower heat. So any of these, that's the secret, Scott. Any of these that kind of have this opaque background, we need to get those done first. They transfer at a lower heat. I bet you these work great in the foil press on low heat. Michelle, you said you use the foil press, right? So any of these that have this opaque background where it's just white or kind of cream colored, see that? These work great on low heat. So you want to make these, you want to use these on low heat. Try these in your foil press on low heat. But if you're using a Glimmer or a Go Press and foil, you want to foil with those first. So that makes sense. So I think that's the secret, is not only different manufacturers, but that it's a lower transfer heat, lower transfer foil, lower heat transfer foil. I knew I could speak at one point today. Lower heat transfer foil. Helen says she said that makes sense because the time it worked for her, she had come back after a patient's break. So Yeah, don't give up, you guys. May not be that you need more heat or shims. It may that mean we need a cool down machine. But my little tape method worked. Look how clean that is now. Ooh, hoo, hoo. So happy. All right, we're going to do this one and then we're done. I'll be driving to Trenton, New Jersey tomorrow. So hello to my New Jersey friends. Chow says the matte silver is the same. Okay. So she overfoiled with hers. No driving and texting, Pam. All right, there is one more color I want to do. This one's Night Sky. It's a black. Okay. This one is Silver Tiny Hollow Rings. Matches its visual appearance perfectly. The Glimmer just likes me better. You guys, look at that. Fabulous. And we want to keep these because, again, we can use these on the Crafty Critta toner sheets. We can use these waste foil on the hot foil plate, but I like using them on the toner sheets because then I can put any color I want in the background. So out of all of these that I have played with, and again, there are quite a few in here that I can take over to the scan and cut out the pieces I like and leave the pieces I don't. So I got a lot to choose from here over the last few days. And I'm not done. You guys know I'm going to keep making videos here. And don't forget my crew is going to be making videos too. So you're going to see videos from T, Tracy, Chow, Stacy on using these products. And they all have different foiling machines too. So this one looks pretty good. I'm not going to change anything with that one. This one looks fantastic. Like that one. This one I probably will cut out the saw. I have a little bit of overfoiling on here. Okay, that's fixed. Let me put this as my cutout pile. Same thing with this one. I did this one on foil card, and I think this got too hot. That one didn't even stick. This one I probably will not use. This one I will not use. This one I will probably cut out. This one, I think I can salvage a couple tools off of that one. Nope. This one, let's see, can we clean up any of this overfoiling? Oh yeah. All right, so this one I can salvage too. So this will go in the scan and cut. This one looks pretty good the way that it is. This one looks pretty good. This one, no. This one, scan and cut. This one, scan and cut. That one, I can use that one. This one will be scan and cut, and that one's perfect. So, I mean, out of the ones that I did over the last few days, 3, 4, 6 of them came out perfect. Seven will go to the scan and cut. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will go in the waste basket. And actually, this one, the sentiment came out good, so I'll cut the sentiment out of that one. But this is a normal crafting session. So if you're having frustrating night, and this is, walk away. walk away and come back another day. So that's that. It happens. Things end up in the trash all the time. Nobody says you have to keep it and use it. That's up to you. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Yeah, let us know in the Foiling Snobs Club. But I think with those, you use those opaque ones first. And then once the machine is warmed up, you go to the other foils. This is our last one for the evening, and then I must clean up and get ready for work tomorrow. I want to thank you guys for hanging out and keeping me entertained. Hopefully I kept you entertained. Holy 90 minutes, you guys. Somebody should have said something. Guess what's stuck to the plate? The freaking tape. Okay, maybe we do what Helen said and use heat safe tape instead of Nancy's tape because now it's stuck to the paper. Yeah, use heat safe tape if you're going to do this. The tape is coming right off. Okay, that didn't work, but it came off cleanly, so just let that cool down over there. I'm a hot mess. Hot mess, you guys. Okay, moving on. I've gotten spoiled with the Glimmer and the Platinum. I will agree with you, Melody. I think the Glimmer and the Platinum are made for each other, just like the Gemini foil press and the Gemini and their foil. They are made for each other, yes. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Ging. I'm going to go to my scan and cut out the tools that worked and use them, and the ones that didn't work, I'm not going to use. Oh, this is so beautiful. Look at it. Just look at all that beauty. Yes. So it just takes knowing your machine, your paper, your foils. There's no right answer. It's experiments and practicing. This was the best session I've had. I used the foil press the other day. I used the Go Press and Foil, and the best results I got. Foil press, foil press, foil press. Go Press and Foil, Go Press and Foil, Go Press and Foil. Foil press, Go Press and Foil. Look at that. Glimmer, Glimmer, Go Press and Foil. I only did a couple on the Glimmer. Glimmer, Glimmer. So, it's all about learning your machine. Oh, I just used tacky two-way glue. This is Zig two-way glue pen. Same thing we use with toner foiling mistakes. Okay, so sometimes you just have to walk away and start over. Look at the results we got. Beautiful. These are flawless. The Glimmer wins today. Right? And I used all, so again, it just proves same paper, same foils, two different machines, same foiling plate, different results. So you just got to, sometimes you got to take a breather, walk away, try something different. And that's what we did tonight, and we got better results. But don't give up. Keep experimenting. Keep trying. But I love that. And I thank you guys for joining me and giving me your suggestions. They are always helpful. I always appreciate that. Hopefully you guys have ordered this and will be able to get to play with it soon. It is from Spellbinders. The official launch date is not until March 10th. I'll put the link here for you for the US site. However, if you are in Australia, you can pre-order it from Crafty Critta. That's all the foils that I've been using tonight have all been from Crafty Critta. We have a discount code. The code is FSC05. if you are interested in purchasing any foils from them. And here's how the plate will come to you from Spellbinders. This is what the packaging will look like. And you get the full glimmer plate and the sentiment that says nailed it. If you are in the UK, we do have a UK Spellbinder site. So we have you covered in the US, the UK, and Australia. And I know that Spellbinder ships internationally, and also Crafty Critter ships internationally. But I appreciate you guys supporting me on my very first ever design collection with Spellbinders. You'll be seeing more videos come out with me doing foiling with this. I will continue to use all 3 machines to help you guys be more comfortable with your machines. We're all going to learn from them, just like we did tonight. I will continue to use other foiling companies as well, so that you guys are comfortable with them as well. And of course, we have the die cut tools. If you learned something today, please give me a thumbs up before you leave. And if you have any final questions, ask now. Scott said FedEx just pulled up. I think Scott's pulling our leg. He's pulling our leg. Well, come on, Scott. Let's see you live on your channel. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.